Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got Skiff Culprit here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content, because here we've got a Skiff Culprit, which is overall 7.75 inch in length, with I would say 3.3 inch long blade and cutting edge, especially with a 4.5 inch long handle. So let's see how this guy is comparing up against the Ontario Red number 2, for example, and the Ontario Red number 1 right over here. So you see it's right in between, which is always a good thing when a knife is in between, like the offerings that I'm showing you. Example, Spyderco Para 3, it's smaller, but if you check the handle, yeah, it's kind of there, but not as for what's concerning the blade length. Look at that, okay? And that is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which is of course bigger than that, but look at the Chris Reeve Knives Small Sebenza 21, for example, and look at the Chris Reeve Knives Large Sebenza 21. Again, the culprit is right in the middle, and it means they nailed it with the size. So it's I love it when something is in the middle. For example, this is a size that I like. This is the Custom Knife Factory 520, and it's just a little bit bigger than the culprit. This is also another beautiful one, Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, but it's a big boy. Not as a big boy as this guy. This is a little bit bigger even. This is also a Custom Knife Factory Tashi Barusha collaboration, Justice 2.0. But if you want to see, for example, some other options, let's say from Russia, you've got the Shirogorov Neon Zero right there. And of course, you've got the Shirogorov F95R Slim also there. To tell you that, look at this, the culprit is the same size of the Neon, but the Neon is much lighter, it's cheaper, and a little bit lighter. So what else can I show you guys? Let me show you just a couple of small ones. We've got the Riyat Tribute over there. We've got Cheburkov Small Strige, and you can see that it's still a little bit smaller than the culprit, so really interesting. Oh, of course, we've got the Drifter, which is obviously same size as the culprit, so I'm just gonna leave it there for you, for your viewing pleasure. And another nicely milled out Lion Steel TRE in a Dama Steel blade. What else can I show you? Just another couple, guys. Just a couple of big ones I want to show you. That's the Shirogorov 111. And this is the Cheburkov the Wolf. So look at these two guys, talking about big boys, eh? You want to see another couple? Sure, why not? This we need to show because, I mean, it's kind of like something similar. And also, I want to show you this one because it's one of my favorite blades. Holt Blade Works Spectre V2 Prestige, and this is the Koenig Knives Arius Generation 4. In the house. So I think we are good to go, guys. I've showed you enough of these blades. Let's see this one up close, because I'm telling you, the level of machining of Skiff, it's second to none. I mean, we've got some pretty crazy examples of machining here. Holt Blade Works Spectre. Guys, very, very close machining skills. We've got something absolutely crazy also from Russia. This is another crazy machining going on, especially because this is an integral knife. I mean, the work they've done here with the clip is, it's nuts. But this is like really second to none. It feels like pocket jewelry 100%. So here you have a titanium scale that has been absolutely and fantastically milled out with this herringbone pattern all around the surface. Guys, yeah, it's that good. So the edges have been chamfered beautifully, really, really nice, and the sides are not milled. These surfaces have two angles, like one, and that this is flat, and then another one, and the illusion that there's like 1, 2, 3, and 4 is just created by this milling pattern. So this side, the central part, is flush, and there's two edges are angled. Really, really cool effect indeed. Very, very nicely done. Of course, there's a couple of standoffs which are Damascus as well, to match the pivot colors over here. This is also like an over travel stop mechanism, and also of course the Damascus clip right here on the back. And just for example, just notice where the area where the pocket clip ramp ends and touches the scale. It's like milled out to have an area so that it's not pressing up against the milling, but the area it's not milled. I don't know if you can see, maybe like this, so that the fabric can slide in and out easily. How cool is that? That's attention to the detail. And just look, for example, at the detail here. This is the lock bar relief cutout, which has been milled. How many times do you see that? Like, for example, do you see any milling here? Do you see, let's see, any milling here? Here actually it's on the inside, so it's a different story. But I mean, see? Cut out, it's not milled. I don't know why. See, another one. And it's rarely found something like this, which is beautiful. Uninterrupted design throughout the scale. Front, like show side and lock side. Fantastically done. Scales are beautiful. The hardware, it's a blue anodized titanium pivot screw and handle screws. Nicely done, creates a nice contrast with the clip, with the handle, with the collar. Just beautiful work. You don't have any stainless steel lock face insert, which might be a problem. Can introduce a little bit of lock stick, like in this case. There's just a tiny amount. So you used a little bit of Oxguard, and you're gonna get rid of that. But probably that is my only nitpick on this one. I would love to see a stainless steel lock face insert. The over travel stop bar is integrated in this huge and beautiful pivot collar. You don't have any lanyard hole on the handle, of course. You just have these two standoffs and no back spacer. Disassembling this knife is going to be super straightforward. Just T15 and T8 for these screws, and you are done. You've got a tip-up carry only Damascus 3D milled pocket clip with some crazy nice spring tension and beautifully designed clip ramp and beautifully designed lock side area where the clip enters in contact with that. Just fantastic. Of course, the clip is not reversible. It's just gonna stay on this side. It's not gonna go anywhere. If you check the blade, it's a beautiful Tanto blade with a mirror polished spine. You've got a nice swedge going on up to the tip. Tanto hand rub satin. You've got also like mirror polished flats. Hand rub directional satin on the blade this way, straight edge up to the sharpening choil / finger choil, which is, by the way, beautifully chamfered. Like, it's like holding the finger here, guys. It's a pleasure. It's something so pleasant, and the level of mirror polish here, it's just fantastic. It's slippery, yeah. It's not, there's no traction, of course, here, but this is nicely designed, so you can just choke it like this and just use this thumb ramp to just choke the blade like that, and it feels fantastic. It's a little bit slippery because it's mirror polished so goodly, so well that it's like it's a pleasure to rub your finger here. I know it sounds weird, but it is what it is. Also, you've got a nice plunge grind, you've got a hollow grind on this blade. It is beautifully done, guys. 100% sterile looking blade, no billboarding going on. I love this one. Also, if you check this little detail over here, you've got the skiff engraved on the on this side of the blade, and beautifully polished spine. It's fantastic. Blade, of course, is perfectly centered. The sound this guy makes, it's like that, nice and snappy. Really cool, guys. The sound is not too loud. It's a nice clacky sound, kind of inaudible and muffled when you close it. Really good sound. 100%. The Culprit weighs in at 4.3 ounces in the pocket, so it's decent, it's solid, it's like dense, it feels quality in the hand. You don't have any hot spots if you choke it up, if you hold it like that, if you squeeze it here, nothing. It's just beautifully designed. I don't feel any hot spots whatsoever. Maybe I would have preferred a little bit of jimping going on here because it's kind of like on the slippery side, but it's good. You can choke it up. You can actually do a reverse grip. Yeah, it's a little bit on the smallish size, like for me, but you can still do pretty solid reverse grip. Of course, choking up is going to be your favorite option, especially for the tanto, to scrapes off anything. So really good grip. It feels absolutely solid in the hand with this advanced back standoff right over here. It's conferring a high rigidity to the overall structure, and this milling over here is giving you like an extra grip to the handle, and nice texture. It's grippy, it's not slippery whatsoever, no gaps. There's of course zero blade play. It's superbly put together. The clip is fantastically done, a nice clip release. It feels really good. Deployment speed, of course, is fast. You can push button, but you're gonna have a little bit of finger soreness because of the shape of this flipper tab. So I'm just suggesting you to do like your light switch, and you're gonna be good to go, and you're gonna enjoy this smooth action, because this guy is running, of course, on Skiff bearings, which are ceramic ball bearings in a brass cage, which by the way just looks fantastic. Strong detent over here. You feel the blade giving you a little bit of kickback and trying to drag away the handle when you deploy it. Really cool. You can, like, if you jam your finger here, you can barely touch the tip. You can feel it. You cannot like snag it open. Maybe if you try hard you can, but not really. So, but it's like borderline. It's like literally at the end, and you can't feel it, but if you try hard you can. Also, you have this area here, which is all right, but I would have preferred a little bit more clearance for your thumb to disengage the lock bar. And of course, you've got a beautifully designed detent ball ramp with no transition whatsoever. Like, this is so smooth. There's no hard step in any ways. Of course, you've got a free fall, but no guillotine effect. You're just gonna have to wiggle a little bit in order for the blade to be closed. So just remember that. You've got your detent suction, which is very low, and overall, you have a very nice action, super smooth runnings on bearings. The look is sick. It's gorgeously looking. This is like pocket jewelry for sure. Feels awesome in the hand. Sounds great. Great ergos. My only nitpicks are the lack of stainless steel lock face insert, and maybe a little bit more area here to disengage the lock bar, and just give me a little bit of jimping right over here, and done. We are in business. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned.